Hello everyone, Schooney007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we have the 1-3 Houston Astros taking on the 2-1 Chicago Cubs. And here is the starting lineup for the Houston Astros. Leading off, the center fielder Michael Bourn. Batting second, the right fielder Hunter Pence. Batting third, the first baseman Lance Berkman. Batting fourth, in the cleanup position, the left fielder Carlos Lee. Batting fifth, the shortstop Miguel Teja. Batting sixth, the third baseman Ty Wigington. Batting seventh, the second baseman Mark Loretta. Batting eighth, the catcher J.R. Towles. And batting ninth, the pitcher Chris Sampson. On the mound for the Cubs, it is Rich Hill. Rich Hill, 1 win, no loss, 4.12 ERA, 19.23 innings pitched, allowed 13 hits, 15 walks, 15 strikeouts, 18 walks. We are here at historic Wrigley Field. +2 for strikes, +1 for walks. And with that, we are ready as Michael makes his way to the mound. And we are ready to start this game off. Michael Bourn batting a 167. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-3. 5-3 is a range play. And that's going to be 1-6, 1-6, ground ball to DeRosa. DeRosa's range is in a 1-3. That's a 4. And Michael leads off with a single. All right. And that is going to bring up Hunter Pence. Pence batting a 278. Strategy roll is an 11. Infield at double play depth. The pitch. 2-3. Walk plus. That's a 16. The 20 is too high. And strategy roll is an 11, so the Astros holding off on strat. 4-1. Ground ball to the shortstop. And that is a 6. And that is going to be an out at first. So Bourn will advance to second. And they have a runner out at first. And with that, we have a steal. We have a 1 before Lance comes up. Let's see here. Bourn's steal rating is a 16. Bourn is a left-handed batter. That's a 0. That's going to be a +1. It's going to be a 17 or better. And that's an 8. Well, 17 or less. And Bourn goes to third on that. Here's Lance Berkman batting a 188. The pitch. And that's going to be 5-1. 5-1 is a walk. That's a 13. That's a 2, and they walk them. All right. And the Astros have runners on the corners. Strategy roll is a 13. Carlos Lee batting over 357. Strategy roll 13. Holding off on strat. 6-4. That's a strike. That's an 8. The 17 is too high. 6-5. That's a double star 1. That's a fly ball out there to Soriano, and that is going to be out number 2. And that is a failed sacrifice roll. SF rolls a 2. That is a 5. And they get a hold. And Bourn holds at third. Miguel Teja now up, batting a 176. Strategy roll, 18. Nothing doing there. 2-2. Home run. That's a 5. The 17 is too high. And that's going to be 3-5, and that's going to be a ground ball to third base. And that is going to retire the side. So the Astros leave 2 stranded, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs. Leading off, the first baseman, Alfonso Soriano. Batting second, the center fielder, Ryan Theot. Batting third, the first baseman, Derek Lee. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the third baseman, Amaris Ramirez. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Kyosuke Fukudome. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Mark DeRosa. Batting seventh, the catcher, Jive Soto. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Felix High. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Rich Hill. On the mound for the Astros, Chris Sampson. Sampson already has 2 in this replay so far. 2 innings pitched and had 1 strikeout. So no ERA yet and nothing else. Here's the pitch as Alfonso comes up, batting a .364. And that's going to be a 1-6. 1-6 is a walk. That's an 11. That's an 11, and they walk Alfonso. So runner on first, infield going to double play depth, and they lead off with a walk. Strategy roll, 18. Cubs holding off on that. Ryan Theot batting a .462 average. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-3. 5-3, that's a strike. That's a 7. That's a 4. And they struck him out. And that's going to bring up Derek Lee. Lee batting a .385. Strategy roll, 12. Infield going to double play depth. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-5. 2-5 is a strike. That's an 11. That's a 2. And they struck him out. All right. And Ramirez now up, batting a .500 average. Strategy roll, 14. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-6. 1-6 is going to be a walk. That's a 15. That's a 3, and they walk him. Next up, Kyosuke. Kyosuke batting a .071 average. Strategy roll, 9. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. 9 on the strategy die, holding off on strat. And that's going to be 3-3. 3-3 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Wrigley Field to resolve this play. And that's going to be 1-2. 1-2 is a double star. And that is a ground ball to first base to Berkman. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Cubs leave 2 stranded. After 1, score tied at 0. We go to the top of the second. It is Ty, Mark, and JR due up for the Astros. Ty Wigginton batting a .125 average. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 5-5. That's going to be a strikeout plus. That's a 19. That's a 17, and he struck him out looking. Mark Loretta batting a .357 average. 1 out, no runners on. And that's going to be a 1-4. That's going to be a walk plus. That's a 28. That's a 15. We had 11, and they walk them. All right, J.R. Dubs batting a .091 average. Runner on first, infield going to double play depth. Strategy roll, 10. Nothing going on there. The pitch. And that's going to be 3-4. 3-4, error on a throw to JR. That's going to be a 6-2. That's a double star 5. Fly ball out there to Pie. For out number 2, no throw there. Pie gets it for out number 2. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Chris Sampson. Strategy roll, 9. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 4-5, 4-5. Strike out plus. We add 12. That's a 34. That's a 4. And they struck him out. No run, nothing across the board as the Cubs retire, as they go down, as the Astros leave one stranded, is what I meant to say there. And we go to the bottom of the second. It is Mark Soto and Pie due up for the Cubbies. Mark DeRosa batting a .300 average. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-5. 1-5 is a strike. That's an 11. That's a 1. And they struck him out. Jive Soto up, batting a .417 average. Here's the pitch. 1 out. And that's going to be 4-4. That's going to be a blank. Soto 1-1. That is going to be a fly ball out there to Lee for out number 2. Felix Pie batting a .417 average. The pitch. And that's going to be 3-2. 3-2 is a walk plus. So we add 11. That's a 19. That's a 5. And they walk Pie. 2 outs, runner on first. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Rich Hill. Strategy roll, 17. So Cubs holding off on Strat. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-2. 4-2 is a blank. And that's going to be 5-5. That's going to be a strikeout. So once again, 1 stranded, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 2, score still tied at 0. We go to the top of the third. It is Michael, Hunter, and Lance due up as we go to the top of the order here in the third. Michael Byrne is 1 for 1. 1-2, that's going to be a walk. That's a 12. The 19 is too high. 5-1. Double star 1, fly ball out there to Siriano for out number 1. Hunter Pence, 0 for 1. The pitch, and that's going to be 3-6. 3-6 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Wrigley Field. 6-6, ground ball to the shortstop for out number 2. Lance Berkman walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 4-6. 4-6 is a range play. And that's going to be 4-2. 4-2. Fly ball out there to Pie. Pie's range is in a 1-4. That's a 3. And he got the out. So, 3 up, 3 down as the Cubs retire the Astros in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. It is Alfonso, Ryan, and Derek due up for the Cubbies. Here's the pitch. Alfonso walked his last time up at bat. 6-4, 6-4 blank. 5-1. That's a single pass Teja. And Alfonso leads off with a single. So infield at double play depth. Strategy roll 7. So the Cubs holding off on Strat. Infield at double play depth. Ryan Thayer, 0 for 1, struck out his last time out at bat. 1-6, that's a walk. That's a 14. That's a 6, and they walk them. And that loads the bases to first and second. Derek Lee, 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. Infield at normal depth. They're going to go back for this one. Strategy roll 11, Cubs holding off on Strat. And that's going to be 2-2, 2-2, blank. 3-6, ground ball to the pitcher. That is going to advance. That is a fielder's choice. So that is going to advance Alfonso to third. Farah will get the force out at second. And Lee will get on. So the Cubs now have runners on the corners. They do have a runner now in scoring position. Strategy roll 2. So nothing going on there. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-4. 5-4 blank. I'm sorry. I am sorry on that one. 5-4 is a... We're going to redo this roll here. This play I goofed up on, so this is going to count as a redo. 5-4 should have been a blank, should have been a strike, not a blank. This play will get re-rolled. 1-3, and that is a sacrifice fly. So we're going to redo this, so that play will not stand, but even the announcers like us make mistakes here in this. So we're going to redo that. That is an undo there. So we're going to redo that last at bat for Ramirez. Ramirez walked his last time up. Should have been a 5-4. That should have been a strike. However, it's a 5-3. That's a strikeout. That's a 9. The 19 is too high. And that's going to be 6-5. 6-5 is a single pass Teja. So, different play, same result. And the Cubs strike first here in the third. They score a run. Runners now on first and second. Lee getting the whole sign. He needs a 5 or a 6 to advance to third from first. So he's going to get the hold. Infield going to double play depth as Kioske comes up. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 5. Holding off on Strat. And that is going to be 3-5. 3-5 is a blank. Kioske 6-4. That is a double star 6. And that is a fly ball out there to Pence. Lee getting the whole sign so he does not move, and that's 2 away. Chris Sampson can face one more batter before he's tired, and here comes Mark DeRosa up. Strategy roll an 11. So the Cubs holding off on Strat. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. 1-3. Blank. DeRosa. 1-3, ground ball to second, and that retires the side as the Cubs leave 2 stranded. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. After 3, it's Chicago 1, Houston nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. It is Carlos Miguel and Ty due up for the Astros. Carlos Lee 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 6-6. 6-6 is a strike. That's an 8. The 12 is too high. 1-6. That is a double. So Lee leads off with a double. Strategy rolls a 15. Runner on second. Here's the pitch to Miguel Teja, who's 0 for 1. And that's going to be 2-3. 2-3 is a walk plus we add 11. That's a 17. That's a 9. And they walk Miguel. We have a 20. We have a pickoff chance here. Pickoff will be on a 1-14. That's a 4. And that is a pickoff. Carlos Lee got too greedy. And they picked him off. He couldn't get back to the base in time. So 1 out, runner on first. Infield at double play depth. He got caught. Here's the pitch. And 2-1. That is a walk. Plus, that's a 25. That's a 10. And they walk tie. So that is a walk. Runner on first and second. Infield still at double play depth. Mark Loretta up. Walked his last time up at bat. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll. 17. So the Astros holding off on strat. The pitch. 3-2. Strike. 5. The 13 is too high. 2-6. Double star 5. That is a fly ball out there to Pie. For out number 2, Miguel gets the hold sign to stay. He doesn't want to beat the arm of Pie. Try to beat the arm of Pie. And that is going to bring up J.R. Towles. Towles is 0 for 1. Strategy roll an 8. Runner on first and second. That pitch. And that's going to be 5-4. Home run chance on a 1-5. A 7 is too high. Here's the pitch. 1-1. Ground ball to first. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And the Astros leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Soto, Pie, and Rich. That is going to do it for Chris. Chris Sampson putting in 3 spectacular put up 3 good innings here, and that is going to do it. They are going to bring in Jack Cassell. They're bringing in Jack Cassell. Cassell, 1 win, 1 loss, 5.36. 5.64 ERA, pitched 30 and 1/3 innings, allowed 38 hits, 14 strikeouts, and 6 walks. And let's take a look here at the stats here for Chris. Chris pitched 3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. ERA of 1.8, of a 1.80. Soto up. Soto is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Jack is all loosened up and ready to go. 6-5. That is going to be a possible error on a throw. 1-3. Double star. Ground ball to Wigington. Wigington's error rating is on a 1-5. That's a 10. No error there. And that is out number 1. Felix Pie. Pie walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-4. 1-4. Home run. That's a 10. That's a 3. The 10 is too high. Pie does not clear the ivories. Instead, he gets a single, 3-1. As that goes past Teja. All right, we have a steal attempt. That's a 20. So that is a 10. And Pie still takes off for a second and he gets to the base in time. Outrunning the throw there from Jack. Rich Hill, the pitcher, who's 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. They are going to leave him in. Here's the pitch. And then it's going to be 3-6. That's going to be a wall. That's a blank. 2-4, double star 4. That is a ground ball to the shortstop. And on the shortstop, the runners advance when balls hit to the shortstop or pitcher. If the BR of the runner beats the D6, that is a 3. That's a 1. High now in scoring position. So we have a pickoff attempt here. They're going to try to pick off High. On a 1 to 8, it's a balk. On a 9 to 16, it's a pickoff. It's a 13. That's a pickoff. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 4, it's Chicago 1, Houston nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. It is Jack, Miguel, and Hunter due up for the Astros. Jack Cassell, the new pitcher, they are going to let him play. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 6-2. 6-2 is a double star, and that's a fly ball out there to Pie. As we go to the top of the order, Rich Hill now tired. They are going to let him finish. They are going to go out and talk to him on the mound. Says he wants to try to finish this inning at least. As he has to face the top of the order now. Michael Byrne, 1 for 2, the pitch. And that's going to be 3-1. 3-1 double star. Fly ball out there to left field. Soriano. Out number 2. Hunter Pence, 0 for 2, the pitch. And that is going to be 1-3. 1-3 is a strike. That's a 12. That's a 7. And they struck him out. So the Cubs get through that. No runs, no hits, no errors as the Cubs retire the Astros. In order, we go to the bottom of the 5th. It is Alfonso, Ray, and Derek. Jake having to face the top of the lineup here. Here's the pitch. Alfonso is 1 for 1. And that's going to be 5-2. 5-2 is a blank. The pitch. 1-4. Double star 4. Ground ball to Teja, the shortstop. Out number 1. Ryan Field, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout already in today's game. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-4. 2-4. Blank. 3-6. That is a single past the shortstop. As Ryan gets on with a single. Derek Lee steps up now. He's 0 for 2, struck with a strikeout. The pitch strategy roll, by the way, is a 13. Infield going to infield's at double play depth. Here's the pitch. That is going to be 5-4. 5-4 is a blank. He is not tired, so we don't deal with the single. That's going to be 2-5. And that is going to be a single pass Teja. So let's see here. That is going to be on a 5-6. Theod has a 4. He gets the hold sign, and the Cubs have runners on first and second. One out. Adam Ramirez up. He's 1-for-1 with a walk and an RBI already. Strategy roll 9, so the Cubs holding off on Strat. The pitch, 5-6. 5-6 is a strike. That's a 9. That's a 6. And they struck him out. So, Kioske up. Kioske is 0 for 2 in today's game. Strategy roll. A yo 11. They hold. One off on strategy, 1-5, range play. And that's going to be 1-3. That's going to be a single to Teja. Teja's ranges on a 1-3. That's a 1. And they got the out. Teja quickly gets that. Tosses it over to first for the out. No runs, 2 hits, no errors as the Cubs leave 2 stranded. After 5, it's Chicago 1, Astros nothing. We go to the top of the 6. It is Lance, Carlos, and Miguel due up, and that is going to do it for Rich. So looking here, we have a switch right coming up for Chicago. So they want to try to switch him over to a right-handed batter. Let's see, we are in the 6th. Kevin. And they're going to bring in Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, 2 wins, 2 losses, 6.51 ERA, 27.23 innings pitched, allowed 39 hits, 23 strikeouts, and 15 walks. Taking a look here at the stats for Rich Hill. 5 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, no ERA. And Kevin is done with his warming up. He will have to face Lance, Carlos, and Miguel on the Astros. Here's the pitch to Lance. And that's going to be 6-3. 6-3 is a walk. That's an 8. That's a 4. And they walk him. We have a 4, so that's going to be a hit and run. Here's the pitch. Carlos Lee, 1 for 2, doubled his last with a double already. 6-1, strike. That's a 7. That's a 2. And they struck him out. On that strikeout, Lance with an 18. That is a +1. That's a +2. And that is an 18. And Lance steals second. Strategy roll is a 4. Runner on second, 1 out, infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch to Miguel Teja, 0 for 1. Walked his last time up. And that is going to be 6-1. 6-1 is a strike. That's an 8. That's a 6. And they struck him out. Ty Wigington, 0 for 1. Walk and a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 15. So the Astros holding off on Strat. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. 1-3. Range play at Wrigley Field. 2-5. Single to right field to Kioske. To center, I'm sorry. To center field to Pye. Pye's range is in a 1-4. That's a 2. And it goes plop. He goes all the way back to the ivory to catch that. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is Mark, Soto, and Pye due up for the Cubbies. Here's the pitch. Jack can face 2 more batters before he is tired. And that is going to be 3-3. 3-3 is a walk. That's a 16. That's a 6. And they walk them. Infield going to double play depth. Strategy roll is a 9. Here's the pitch to Soto. Soto's 0 for 2. And that is going to be 6-3. 6-3 range play. And that is going to be 5-4. 5-4 power hit out there to right to center field to Bird. We have a 4. That is going to be a single. Single to Burn on that range play. Burns ranges on a 1-3. That's a 6. That failed. That is a single. And we have a 6, so we're going to check here. And that is not less than 1, so the runner is not going to hold. We do have a 6. Lead runner thrown out. But if the trailing runner's BR is greater than or equal to the roll, he will advance. So DeRosa gets thrown out at third. And Soto goes to second. All right, infield at normal depth. They're going to go out real quick and talk to Jack on the mound. Try to call it, as Pye steps up into the batter's box, they get called back by the ump. Pye 1 for 1, walked his last time up. Strategy roll 9, so nothing really going on with Strat. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch to Pye, and that's going to be 3-6. 3-6 is a blank. 5-4, ground ball to Teja. And that is going to be a 5. That is an out at first. Soto stays. And that 2 outs, runner on first. That's going to bring up Kevin Hart. Hart. That's not what I wanted to check. I want to check here. Hart can face 3 more batters. So they are going to let him play. They are going to let him take this hit. Let's see if he can get on. 6-6. Blank. Oh, could be good. That's going to be a 3-3. Fly ball out there to Lee. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, as the Cubs leave 1 stranded. After 6 at Chicago 1, Astros nothing. So Hart will have to face Mark, JR, and Jack on the Astros. Here's the pitch. He has to face the bottom of the order. 2-1, strike, 9, 11, too high. 3-3, question mark 9, that's a 6. That's going to be a double on a power hit past Kioske. And Kioske having to go chase that off the wall. And Mark leads off with a double. That's going to bring up JR. JR is 0 for 2. Infield at double play depth. The pitch. And that is going to be 3-4. That's a strikeout. That's a 15. That's a 2. And they struck him out. As for Jack, they are not going to let him take this hit. They are going to pinch hit for Jack. And that is going to be Darren Estad coming in. All right, we have a pickoff attempt. Here's the pickoff. That's a 6. Nothing there because Kevin does not pick anyone off. And I still show that. 4-2. 4-2 is a blank. And that's going to be 5-2. 5-2 is a single pass Ramirez. And that's going to put runners on the corners. All right, runners on the corners for the Astros. 1 out. We go to the top of the order. Michael Bourne, 1 for 3. Strategy roll 13, holding off on Strat. The pitch. 4-5. That is a wild pitch on a 20. Nothing happens. And that is going to be 5-4. That's going to be a single past DeRosa. And that ties the game up for the Astros. All right, runners on first and second. Score tie now at run. That's going to bring up Hunter Pence. Hart now tired. They are going to give him the warning that if he lets one more base runner on, he is going to get called. They are making that call. Chicago making that call to the bullpen to get the bullpen warmed up on that. 2-5. Home run chance. That's a 0. Nada. He gets nothing. Good day on that home run. 4-1. Ground ball to the shortstop. And that is going to be a double play. Sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Cubs edition. So the Astros making that call to the bullpen during the break there. And let's see who we have. We have all rights coming up. So they are going to bring in, we are in the 7th inning. Score tied. They're going to bring in Oscar played already too. They're going to bring in David Borowski. David Borowski pitched 1 inning and allowed 2 strikeouts. So he does have to face the top of the order. So no 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Astros as we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Alfonso, Ryan, and Derek due up for the Cubbies. So let's take a look here real quick. We do have to say goodbye to Jack Cassell. He pitched 3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no ERA. And here we go with the box score. Chicago scored the only run right up into the 3rd inning until we got to the top of the 7th, where Houston came back to tie the game up. So it is tied at 1-1. Alfonso up. Here's the pitch. He's at 1 for 2. And that's going to be 2-2. That's going to be a single. And we didn't even have to check Alfonso's card. He hits a single, leads off with a single. Ryan threw out the shortstop. Strategy comes up. Infield going to double play depth. Strategy roll. 17. So the Cubs hold off. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 2-3. That is going to be a possible error on a ground ball. And that's going to be 1-4. That's going to be a single out there past Pence. Error rating is a 1. That's a 3. So no error committed. And we have a 2, so we're going to check to see for additional bases. Alfonso with a 3, that's a 2. It is equal to or less than, and Alfonso will move to third. So the Cubs now have runners on first and third, runners on the corners. And then it's going to bring up Derek Lee. Strategy roll 17. Infield at normal depth. The pitch. No outs. And that's going to be 3-1. 3-1. Wild pitch. That's a 17. Nothing. 2-1. And that is going to be a single. And the Cubs take the lead by 1. Theo will advance to third. He will advance on a 3-6. His base run is a 4. He goes to third. Ramirez up. Ramirez is 1 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Strategy roll 8. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-2. 1-2 is a strikeout plus. That's a 19. That's a 16. And they struck him out looking. All right, 1 out. Runners on the corners. Infield at normal depth. Kioske up. Kioske is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 1. Nothing. 5-5. That's going to be a possible error. And that's going to be 6-5. Pop up to the shortstop. No error check on an infield fly. And that is going to be out number 2. And that's going to bring up Mark DeRosa. DeRosa is 0 for 2. And infield at normal depth. Strategy rolls a 12. The pitch. And that is going to be 5-6. 5-6 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Wrigley Field. 1-2. That is a home run. And that is an out, actually. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. After 7, Chicago 2, Astros nothing. We go to the top of the 8th. It is Lance, Carlos, and Miguel due up. And that is going to do it for Kevin Hart. As they we have a switch right coming up. And they're going to probably bring in, they're going to try to get this set up here. They're going to bring in Michael Woutris. Yep, we're going to come here. Pitched 1 inning and allowed 1 strikeout. So he's going to have to face Lance, Carlos, and Miguel. Here's the pitch. As the Cubs have a 1-run lead, but as you know, an inside pitch, no lead is safe. 1-2. That is an error on a throw. And that's going to be 1-1. And that's going to be a ground ball to first base. And 8. That's a 5. No error there. However, that is out number 1. Carlos Lee. Lee 1 for 3 with a double. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-2. 1-2, possible error on a throw. and that's going to be 4-1. 4-1, fly ball out there to left field to Soriano for out number 2. 2 away, Miguel Teja up. 0 for 2, walk and a strikeout in today's game. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-3. 1-3 is a strike. That's an 8. That's a 1. And they struck him out. So the Cubs retire the Astros in order. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across the board. No runs, no hits, no errors. And 2 up for Chicago. It is Soto, Pai, and Michael. And the Astros are going to make some changes here. Lee is going to come out. And they're going to put in Reggie Abercrombie to take over there for third base for Ty. They are going to bring in Thomas Perez. That's what I wanted. Mark Loretta can play third. So they're going to move. Can we move him over? That's the question. Oh, yep. Thomas Perez is going to take over in third on that. So Thomas Perez will take over on third for the Astros. Reggie Abercrombie will be playing left field. Everyone else is fine where they are. And Davey can face one more batter. Here's the pitch. He's going to have to face Soto, Felix, and Pai. And that's going to be 2-3. That's going to be an error on a ground, possible error on a ground ball. 3-5, double star 4. Ground ball to the shortstop to Miguel. Miguel's error rating is at a 1-5. That's a 12. Out number 1. Felix Pai, David now tired. And that's going to be 4-5. 4-5 is a strike. That's an 18. That's a 12. And they struck him out. So for Michael, they are not going to let him take this pitch. They are going to bring in Ronnie Sendo to pinch hit. Here's the hit. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-6. That's going to be a strike. That's a 10. That's a 3. And they struck him out. So that retires the side. And they're going to bring in Carlos Marmel to for the save. Carlos has 2 wins, 4 losses, 7 saves, 2.68 ERA, 87.13 innings pitched, allowed 40 hits, 114 strikeouts, and 38 walks. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 8, it's Cubs 2, Astros 1, and he is a special K rating. So let's take a look here at the stats here from Michael. Michael pitched 1 inning and only allowed 1 strikeout. All right, here's the pitch. He is going to face Thomas, Mark, and JR. And that's going to be 2-1. 2-1's going to be a range play. That's a 4. That's going to be a special K, and that is a strikeout. So out number 1, we go to Mark Loretta. Loretta's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the. They are not going to let Mark take this hit. They're going to. No, they are. They are going to let Mark hit. Sorry. They looked like they were not, and they called him back, and they said, no, go out there and take the hit. 5-1, walk. That's a 21. Well, that's a 21, and they do walk him. That's a 21. That's a 14, and that is a walk. So runner now on first as J.R. Towles comes up. Towles is 0 for 3, the catcher. Excuse me. Strategy roll. Excuse me. Strategy roll is a 7 infield at double play depth. 3-1. Strikeout plus. That's a 25. That's a 4. And they struck him out. Looking. So David Borowski not taking the hit. They're going to bring in David Newhan to take this hit. Newhan batting a .333 average. Strategy roll 3, 2 outs. Runner on first. And they're going to call Loretta back. They're going to bring in a pinched runner. They are going to bring in Kazoy to pinch run. Here's the pitch. David Newhan. And that's going to be 4-6. 4-6 is a walk. That's an 8. The 17 is too high. That's a 16. That clears the special K. 4-6. Single to first. And that is going to move Kazoy over to third. And the Astros now have the tying run in scoring position. And that is going to bring up, we go to the top of the order, Michael Bird. 2 for 4. That's going to be 1-6. 1-6 is a strike. That's a 14. That's a 5. And he struck him out. And that's the game as Chicago takes down the Houston Astros 2-1 here at Wrigley Field. Final line score coming right up. So the Chicago Cubs win at home 2-1 over the Houston Astros. Astros dropping to 1-4. And the Cubs going to 3-1. Your winning pitcher today is Kevin Hart. David Borowski gets the loss. Carlos Morel picks up the save. Let's take a look here at the stats real quick. Kevin Hart with the win. Pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, ERA of 4.50. David Borowski gets the loss. Pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 strikes, ERA 3.0. And Carlos Morel gets the save. Pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and 3 strikes. So the Astros, 1 run on 6 hits, no errors. The Cubs, 2 runs on 9 hits, no errors. No home runs for either team in the game today. And that is going to do it for us here at Wrigley Field. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. on the way through the turnstiles, and we'll see you next time for it. Until then, I'm Scooney007, and we'll see you next time for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.